What's funny comedy?
Yo, you not in our lane, so quit acting like we rockin' the same. What's funny comedy podcast? Are you not entertained? It's time to man up. My live people, put your hands up. From improvisations to stand up, we band up. These haters overheated. We going undefeated. Sit downs and live interviews. It's what the culture needed. A new monopoly for black comedy.
Yo, what's good people? I want to welcome you to What's Funny Today. My name is AMON. Say what you want, just spell my name right. Today is going to be a little crazy, man. We got a really dope guy in the building. You know what I'm saying? But before we get there, shout out to my man KB. Now it's Beckham in the building. What's happening, my dog?
Hey, what's happening, man? You see,
I ain't never heard nobody call him KB. That's kind of dope.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of dope. I like that.
Man. That's the nickname, bro.
Hey, man, you know, what is it, Velvet? I see you over there, man.
I got the blaze on. But real quick, I wanted to dress up, one, because of the illustrious guest that we have in the building. But secondly, later on tonight, we're doing a fundraiser here in Chicago at the time of recording for my man Marlon Mitchell. He lost his longtime partner and a few weeks ago. So Marlon means a lot to the comedy community here. So we're doing a fundraiser tonight. A lot of the best.
It was a young lady, right?
Young lady. It's a young lady.
People say partner like he was.
Yeah. I think we just been trying
together for a long time.
Yeah.
So they wasn't married.
Wife, right?
They weren't married. They weren't married.
So that's why you say a partner.
Life partner kind of sort of situation.
I think we need to make sure that everybody know this was a girl. I mean,
real talk.
We do it in the world. In the world.
That's
you know, his partner. You be like, partner.
Yeah. I've known Marlon for a while. You know what I'm saying?
I had no idea.
Like that.
I think you know what? I would know because that's my guy.
Yes, sir.
Love that dude.
Yes, sir. So yeah, that's what it is, man.
And next up, man, we have the comedy sneaker king, if you will.
Ooh, nice.
Okay? We've been going back and forth for a while about this, and I may have to concede. The way
I still think it's Calvin.
he might have me, man. Shout out to Sean Morgan.
Shout out to Sean Morgan.
Shout out to Calvin Evans.
Sean Morgan.
Calvin got it.
Legend. Sean Morgan, legend.
Legend. There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
And in the building today, man, we talk legends. In my opinion, he's there.
Yes, sir.
You know, toured overseas.
Yeah.
Everywhere. There's not a part of this earth he has not touched.
How about that?
You know, there's not a screen you haven't seen him on.
Facts.
There's not a stage you haven't heard him on.
Come on, dog.
All right, that's all I got for you, man. Shout out to Rodney Perry today.
That was enough,
Rodney Perry, baby.
You got all, you hit the high point, the
Yeah,
low
you
point.
know what I mean? You feel me?
You all right.
Appreciate you pulling up, my brother.
Man, absolute pleasure, man. I've been watching the pod, man. I love what y'all doing. And when I got a chance to come through, here we are.
Yes, sir, my Virgo brother. Let's go.
What you got? Where you want to start at? Because we
Let's talk about the white bitches.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Fuck it then, you know what I mean?
I'm joking.
White
Let's talk
bitches
about the road.
They taking some of our good brothers out in these streets, man. You know.
Oh, they can get me. They can't get me. Because me and my wife, we watch true crime.
Yeah,
And guess what? White bitches are the queens of all true crime.
Yeah.
And they do long murders and you can die. I'm not gonna do it. Every all through history, every time it's a black man in trouble, it's a white woman at the base of it.
So
I'm good.
Somewhere around that motherfucker, kicking up dust. So with that, for real,
Yeah.
as a comedian that's been doing comedy for 30 years,
30
plus years, what's your audience? Do you primarily
That's
play
a
the
great question.
black audience? Do you have mixed audiences? Does it depend on the venue? Talk to me about that.
I'm ultimately a black comic.
Okay.
Ultimately. But when I first hit clubs, I'm doing the MoNique Show, and I first hit clubs, my audience was 50-50 black to white. And so ultimately what we all working for is kind of an evergreen audience, we want to strike with a broader stroke.
Okay.
You know, we want to entertain whites, we want to entertain blacks, we want to all Latins. If you look at Cat Williams' audience right now, his audience is way beyond black. And so anybody making a lot of money in this game has to transcend what we know as black comedy.
Okay.
And so, but ultimately, I'm a black comic. And it affect me. It affect me, good and bad. Good and bad. But I think being a black comic is a badge of honor.
Okay.
It's a badge of honor. I talk to some of the young comics, they're like, you know, I want to entertain everybody. I'm like, yeah, but get these people right first, though.
Facts. Get a
Be
home.
cold with blacks.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you cold with blacks, you cold with everybody.
That's right.
Because they going to tell you.
And you always got a place to come back home.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, indeed. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm very pro-black. I'm very pro-black.
Got you.
How black is pro-black when we say pro-black? Are we doing Malcolm X pro-black? Are we doing Dr. Umar pro-black? Where we at?
I like Dr. Umar.
I fuck with Black. I fuck with him.
I'm still wondering where the school at though.
Yeah.
But other than that, maybe Malcolm. Like I said, man, when you look at just our history and recent history, I live in Atlanta now, and I feel like my proximity to history has changed because we get to see Ralph Abernathy, we get to see the stories, and you get to hear them firsthand from those people. And so, yeah, I just love black people, man.
Now, how do you feel about the change in the industry as far as, and we had this conversation a lot, I don't want to be redundant with it, but you having 30 years in the game, I'm sure you've seen it evolve into something that it wasn't.
Well, comedy don't change. Comedy, the act of telling jokes is the same as it was 100 years ago. But how you get famous has changed, right? When I was coming up, you had to get on TV and film. You had to pack up your stuff and move to LA. You had to, it was part of the game.
Right.
And now the game, you can get famous from your phone. Wherever your living room is, you can make a video and talk to the world. You couldn't do that 20 years ago.
But that's a different skill set too, though, right?
It's a whole nother thing. I mean, you see guys like Kev on stage. He say he posts 21 videos a week.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yep.
And anything less than that is not enough.
Right.
And then you got to spend the money. You got to invest in yourself. Like what I find now, while I play clubs, I play the mainstream clubs, I play the A clubs, the B clubs, and what I have to do is I have to buy ads. I got to create an ad, and then I got to buy the ad because I'm not guaranteed to reach the people if I don't.
Right.
So yeah, that's it.
Sean, I'm curious, when I think about playing, black rooms, white rooms, Chicago, we see it pretty clearly because we're pretty segregated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go up north, I go up south, you kind of know what room it's going to be. And so when I think about the comedian themselves, I'm thinking about material, right? I remember when, I don't know, we had Sahar Lane on here, the owner of the Comedy Bar, and I've seen it's a downtown comedy club, right? Middle of downtown, tourists, et cetera.
Right.
And so there's certain black comedians that play the club. I won't say concerned, but I'm like, damn, even if I was in that position as a black person, I want a certain black comic with a certain type of temperament, material, etc. Sean, do you think that, so first, as you started off, I know you didn't start doing comedy in Chicago, but the type of material in terms of wanting to be appreciated by everyone, did that factor into how you found your voice, what you kind of focused on? Because I think your material plays well in any audience because it's relationship-based kind of material, which everybody can identify with.
Well, I mean, I think I was more relationship-based before. I think I'm more life now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about getting older and what I'm seeing and different things. I don't think I really dabble as much. But well, Rodney's seen my career literally from the very beginning. Like he's one of my first friends in comedy, right? Okay. And one thing that Rodney showed me, right, is that you can be black funny without being a nigga, right? So like some of my favorite jokes of Rodney's coming up wasn't nigga shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was relatable to black audiences, but it wasn't nigga shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I really hate the term black comedy and urban comedy and mainstream because if you don't say nigga and you're not overly vulgar, white people laugh at the same shit. We don't realize we take the laugh from them because we overly niggerize the shit, right? Like if you talk about relationships, and you be like, so this lady gonna tell me blah, blah, blah. And I said, take your ass to the kitchen. Everybody can laugh there. But if you like, man, this thought ass bitch, I was like, hey, thought bitch. Now you done took the joke from them because they don't know what the fuck a thought is. But they know what you can say anything other than certain shit. So I think it's the wording. I think it's the verbiage more than the material. I think we take the laugh from white people. But I think that funny is funny. If you word it properly, I think the joke hits anywhere as long as you're not overly niggering it.
I got you. That's On the urban side too, I think as we built the What's Funny comedy brand and umbrella, I lean into urban because I was unaware of the term until I started traveling with Real, and then I heard the industry using urban.
Yeah,
And so since they use that to identify pretty much black comedy, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna lean into it then. Like I'll do, I'll focus on urban comedy.
Yeah.
And so the ER and the NIGGA, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, I'm making a term of endearment, et cetera. That's what you all want to call us, is urban comedy. Then I'll build the biggest urban comedy platform. And
How about
Well,
that?
urban people
just know what that
still
is.
sell the most tickets, though.
indeed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And how about this, guys? There's a nuance to black in
Yeah.
America, period.
Yeah.
We strike a lot of different chords. So you can go to Memphis, you go to Chicago, you can go to Dallas, and there's different types of blacks.
That's
And
right.
so
That's right.
I pride myself in being able to navigate any hood in America. Because the hood people is gonna tell you the truth.
Yep.
A la the niggas.
Yeah.
They gonna really be honest with you. And so I believe you have to be entertaining. But if you wanna really go, you're gonna need some people that don't look like us.
Facts.
Under your umbrella.
What did Bernie say? Niggas make you famous, white people make you rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Very
Yeah.
true. It's still true.
Yeah. So I agree with that wholeheartedly. You just gotta. You have to appeal to everybody, but you can do it with still being you. I think that people just don't, like Mike Samp is an example. Just his facial expressions and his mannerisms.
Yep.
Like he don't have to overly nigga. You know what I mean? Like some people overly, they be motherfucker, this bitch ass nigga, motherfucker. And it's like you take it from other
See,
people.
to me, that ain't really nigga. That's profanity.
Yeah, but
Profanity,
I
It's a
mean,
different thing, to me.
Yeah.
yeah, but most, excuse my language, niggas can't articulate.
Facts.
Black people
Yeah.
can articulate.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts.
You
And
know
that's when
what
I
I'm
feel like you be on stage. Like some comedians sometimes, you just on stage talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we might just be talking, kicking shit. Like there should be an act. I believe, right? I want to
Agreed,
kind of see
agreed.
more of an act. That
Right.
kind of shows me talent. Like when you're up in there, I just the dude who at the microphone and I'm talking shit. There's an element of that, but I want to see like the talent shine through, right? I don't want to just see kind of.
When you say act, what do you think? What are you thinking?
So, we're not talking about an open mic, but a lot of times I see younger comics. It's like, man, did you not rehearse, but
Preparation.
are you prepared? Or are you just kind of
Can I
talking
jump
shit?
in and ask
Please.
you this?
Please.
So because I've seen this, right? This is the main difference that I see because I'm still in the trenches with them. When we started a set, we would start from here and there would be a smooth transition to there.
Yes.
Segue,
Now,
everything.
Right. So now these niggas will go from peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to eating ass in the next joke. They're like, so I had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And when I got done,
Well, you'll
I
get
was like,
that. You'll
shit.
get that sometime when they don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it used to be stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would be the smooth segue. And like now it's like, damn, how we get from sandwiches to assholes? This is crazy.
That's a great point.
And there was no
Yeah.
wasn't no joke. Was it a
Sometimes
naked
sandwich
bitch
tastes like
making a
asshole.
sandwich?
Right.
Like, was she naked when the sandwich was made? I don't get it.
Rodney, can you take me through
Mm-hmm.
the psyche, or maybe at this point, maybe what we're calling mental health of a comic? I know we were talking about having credits, right, on your resume,
Okay.
right? But take me through the psyche of someone that has 10, 15 plus TV credits and 5 movie credits, and then it's gone. What and then you were talking about a 20-year
So
span.
you're saying that he's not relevant anymore for whatever reason.
Fuck it.
So I mean, here goes, man. And I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to stay relevant for a long time. But the reality is, you got to constantly be looking for the next thing. Like I did a show on Bounce TV called Off the Chain, and I called a few people. They was like, "Man, I don't know if I'll do that show." I was like, "Nigga, when the last time you been on TV?
Yeah, right.
Get your monkey ass down here and do this. Do this. It's going into every living room because it's free." And most of them came and did it. I get a call when Dion Cole was doing the Chicago Theater. No, he was doing in DC for the First Amendment. and I didn't really want to do it because I'm pro comic too, and so Doug Williams, who was the main face of the thing, he had got supplanted, and they put Cheryl Underwood, they put Dion, and Dion called me. He's like, man, he don't want to host, Rod. And so I had to stop back. I was like, if he don't want to do it,
right,
how dare I take a position?
Right.
And I packed up my stuff and went to DC and did the show. And so to answer your question, you got to do the relevant stuff. Whether it's Kev on stage during the pandemic, I did that.
Yep.
Whether it's Jesse Brown, who just shot his show called The Drink Tank in Atlanta last week, I did that. And so we as comics got to do whatever you can do to stay relevant and to stay in people's face. If they requires you to go live once a week, they go live once a week. TikTok, get your stupid ass on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah. So we talk about this with Sean a lot too, and so Sean, I don't want you to jump in, but let's look at a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of, to Amon's point, maybe mental difficulty, right? With 10 being like super fucking tough mentally, with 1 not being tough at all. There's let's say somebody who works a corporate gig, right? And let's say somebody who's in sales. Generally, as you start off, it's pretty difficult, right? You have no account base, et cetera. You're selling, but over time, what you expect it to do is really ease up, right? I got my customers, I got my relationships, I know what they need. We go golf, we go do this. I know the kid, like, it gets easier. You guys were on that trajectory, and then this internet shit comes about. And then what people are doing with this internet shit comes about, and it's a different skill set where pretty much, you know, in very rare cases, when you're 20 years in, 20 plus years into something, you have to kind of reinvent yourself and in essence start over, because there are no Def Jams, there are no gold standard TV things without big movies and things like that. Where would you rank how difficult that is at this point to, maybe I got to get an internet presence, I got to do this, things that I might not have done in my heyday. How do you deal with that mentally as a stamped comedian?
I mean, great question. It's kind of a layered question.
It is.
When you think of the mental aspect of the game, I mean, you're in a perpetual state of reinvention.
Okay.
You're always reinventing. You're always getting, and the next thing gonna change. Like I heard said the entertainer say, he used music. He used heavy music in his act.
Right, yep.
And he said all the comics treat him the same way we treat the internet dudes. Like, yo, he got to use that music. If he can't say hit it, he ain't nothing. And so that's the critique he got. But the reality is, with internet now, it's always been changing. It feels like this is something that we're affected by right now. But this has been true, you know, a Red Fox, because they was doing records. Right. And then records gave way to television. And so you always have to be prepared to adapt. You will do something different. Now the new wave now is Country Wayne, right? So Country Wayne is doing what they call vertical internet videos, right?
Micro type.
So he's shooting it on his phone for his phone. So what is he shooting? He's shooting like a soap opera.
Yep.
Right? He's making 30, 40,000 a week.
Yep.
Right? And I take my hat off to him, but the future is that vertical video some other type of way. So we got to be able to look out on the landscape and see what's next and be the first one to hit it. That's the mental thing that we're always searching for, is the next thing. Yeah. If you could be the first one to do Vine, the first one to do motherfucking Facebook, the first one to go on MySpace, you know, you can strike a chord, a common chord for the world. Yeah. Do you have that? So get that. Mm-hmm. So give me a number 1 through 10, because it takes a certain energy. We talked to Sean, and Sean will tell you, not to misquote you, but I'm lazy, and I don't even look at it. I don't even look even in this space. And shout out to my man Amon. There's turning the cameras on is one thing. Getting the cameras and all of this shit to shoot is one thing. But then I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So you can get it, but now it ain't just taking it and loading it up and saying, let's go. Right. No, man, you got to invest the algorithm, to this, to that, the shorts, the how you cut it. You got to get a motherfucking sponsor sponsorship
To make it make sense.
You got to make some money.
That's right.
Because you can't maintain this if you're not motherfucking making no money.
Right.
And so the number on the scale of 1 to 10, I don't think we have the luxury of being lazy.
Okay.
You know, and I'm saying you have to be putting at least 8 or 9 every day.
Right.
Every single fucking day.
Hours or just videos? You say?
I'm saying 8 or 9 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Okay,
You got to
okay.
putting that much energy into it
yeah.
every day. You got to be rocking it every single day, and you really get no days off. But there's ways you can go work around your own self. You can schedule.
Yeah.
You can schedule your video. Like my problem with videos, right? So I generate a video, I make a video, right? Boom. I hit go. And that motherfucker ain't gone. It's still sitting there. That motherfucker still fucking spinning. I'm like, why this motherfucker spinning? Now I gotta look at this motherfucker another 5-6 minutes. When I was gone, I did the video.
Right.
I set it off, but it's still spinning.
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I gotta do that again for YouTube, and I gotta do it again for Facebook.
Yep.
I gotta do it again for TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I admire the people who do that. I do. Like, it's one part lazy, and if I'm being transparent, it's one part I don't do well with failure, right? And so most of the thing that I've heard from people is quantity. Mm-hmm. I've never heard nobody push great shit. You know what I mean? Like every
internet don't require that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But see, my brain, how I'm set up, I would rather not do something than do 100 of something mediocrely.
Wow, how about that?
You know what I mean? And so that creates part of the laziness, right? Because it's like, well,
I say you're not lazy at all. I say you're not lazy at all, but you got to change your perspective.
Yeah.
Like, say for instance, whatever the thing is. So the internet. So you have 100 ideas a day, literally 100 funny ideas a day. 2 of them gonna end up in your act. Them other 98 ideas live here. Period. Like
that.
Watch Kev on stage. I took his online course, and he said this one of his courses. He said I was about to say say right. He didn't say right. But I paid for it, so he was talking to me.
Like that. Right.
But what was interesting, he said everything is content. Everything is content. Going to get a haircut is content. Going to do this is content. I'm here on the podcast. It's content.
Yeah.
And so we can't let our perfection go through that. Mm-hmm. We'll be like, perfection is the enemy of success nowadays, I think.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm in my own way. Yeah, and that's why you never hear me argue that.
Yeah.
Like when people say certain things, I be like, you're absolutely right.
I mean, you gotta look at it like a
it.
woman, right? I mean, you can fake a girl. You don't get nothing out of it, but you still do it.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
That's a soundbite, right?
Yeah. That's real rap. Let's transition to some of the big screen stuff you've done, right? So internet's been a buzz recently with the new doc being Eddie, right? And so being Eddie Murphy, you've had the opportunity to be on set, in screen, et cetera. So a few years ago, but I'd like to go back to Coming to America.
Okay.
What was that set like, right? You're talking about part 2 to an iconic movie that all of America loved, you know, and you're here on set. Were there any memories that you have spending time with Eddie and just kind of on set? And if so, take us into kind of what those were.
Thank you for asking that, man. First of all, Eddie Murphy is the reason I do stand-up. Eddie Murphy is my guy. You know, when I was a kid, and I knew about Richard Pryor, and so Richard Pryor is my grandfather.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy is my father in comedy of this generation, and so I go in to do the movie. I audition like everybody else.
Okay.
And I booked the movie, and so I get the call. Right. I get the call, and my assistant. The name of the working title of the movie was The Quest.
Okay.
So my agent called me. She said, Rodney, you booked The Quest. I'm like, okay. When we work, you know. She's like, you don't know you're not excited? I was like, it's a movie. We just go work. It's gonna be a couple of days work and we get out of there. She said, Rodney, the Quest is coming to America too. My wife was upstairs in the kitchen. I said, babe, I just booked Coming to America too. She said, wow. And then we had a moment, just our moment together. That was like a great moment. But to put your other question into perspective, Eddie Murphy is like a real king. He's like being around a real regal ass dude. So there was some scuttlebutt on the set. And I remember that he would never kind of sink into it. So somebody said, Eddie, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you know what? As a human being, you got to know when, you ask to go beyond where you are. I'm sitting there going, who the fuck is this nigga? He had a fucking sage wisdom of him about me. And like we saw in the documentary, he's probably different than you think he is. He's probably more thoughtful. And to be able to sit in the scene and be a foot away from him. And he's still the funniest guy in the room. Even though he ain't done comedy in 35 years.
Right.
Still the funniest guy in the room.
Wow. So, as people are listening to this, I was expecting maybe RP just being a 30-year vet, well-respected, et cetera. He was just giving a call through connections, et cetera.
Zero
you
connections.
Did the audition.
No connections.
So even to get the auditions, there were no connections there. You would just...
I would like to think that somebody was, God or somebody was smiling on me that day. But no, I had no audition.
So you have an agent?
I have an agent, but I went in. Every black person in Atlanta at that time went in.
Gotcha.
And so myself and Nav Green, who is doing really great right now, we went in. We not no main characters. We number 30 and 31 on the call sheet.
Right.
So nigga, we way down importance, because if they got a fire nigga, it's gonna be one of us. Right. And so it was cool. But the thing that hurts is so Eddie make a deal with Amazon for $50 million, but it affected us too. So typically you do a movie, right? You get it go theatrical, which is movie theaters. You get your movie theater release. That's one little check you'll get. You'll get a check after that. All right, you got theatrical. Then you might go TV. Then you might go streaming. And all those are little checks along the way that you see over years. But they do this deal with Amazon, and now Amazon hold the rights to that movie for 50 years. So now the Writers Guild and all the Actors Guild, they can't do nothing about it because streaming is so new. They don't know how to recoup those funds.
Right.
But I still make money on Medea's Big Happy Family. I still make money on Jonathan Family Vacation. I still make money on them movies. But Eddie and them, I don't even like to talk about the little movie.
Right.
Because I need some more money.
Facts. So, Sean, we're in our being Eddie space. And so I know that you had the opportunity to be on set and do some work with Dolomite.
Right.
Kind of talk us through your kind of Eddie experience there. Any takeaways, any stories that you can share?
Well, it was... I had gotten on because of Ray, right?
Okay.
Ray Murphy.
Okay.
Shout out to Ray.
I'm a fan, love him. Love him.
Yeah. So he knew how close me and Charlie was, right? So like people don't know this. I don't think I even really went public with that, but me and Charlie got real cool towards him passing.
Wow.
And like I was with the nigga everywhere, literally every city. That was my dude. So a month before he passed was actually a month before we had set up to actually sit down and meet with Ed about some stuff.
Wow.
So it was like a triple blow for me because Tommy died and then Ricky Harris died and then Charlie died. They died like right behind each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then was all like for a person like me who wasn't real well liked in the industry, to have three of your real homies, like if you look at the pictures we took together, it's at my house. Like you've been to my house, like you know what I mean. Like it hit double because it's like damn, I lost of course, an opportunity, but more importantly, I lost like one of the few people who I really looked at as a friend. So being on set through Ray, I didn't want to bother Ed. You know what I mean? So people know, don't take pictures, don't do different shit. Like, this is the shit they tell you. Like, 'cause he's an artist. And once he zones, he's in his zone. Right. You know what I mean? And you can't really disrupt that because he not really a method actor, but he kind of is at the same time.
Right.
Like, the nigga would, in between takes, he would take his wig off and play a song. Like, by himself, just play a song with his guitar type shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, it was crazy to just see how he worked. And it was pretty cool because, like, I played a bartender in one scene. So, everybody had friendly banter, and that's how it was. And he came and he stood there, and we were still kind of talking. And I forgot what I said, but it was kind of funny. So everybody was laughing, the ADs and everybody laughing, like, man, this motherfucker's stupid. So then he turns around, and he kind of gave me an Eddie look, and I was like, oh, shit. I turned around, and I said, this is the time Sean Wood shuts his ass up. And so then he smiled, and they let me know, like, oh, okay, he just acknowledging that I was kind of funny, you know what I mean? So
did he know you was a stand-up?
So this was weird, right? And this is true. I don't know if he knew me or not. Okay. Because what I can say is he spoke every time.
Right.
And he didn't do that with everybody. Yeah, right?
True.
So he would be like, hey, how
somebody
you doing
might have told
King?
him though. Somebody might have told him you was a stand-up.
Yeah. So he would be like, hey, how you doing, King? Or whatever. And I'd be like, oh, I'm good, sir. Like, you know what I mean? And he like, good. Like, it was like that kind of banter. And he didn't do that with a lot of people. But the Jamario shit, did I do that on here? Did I tell this story?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell it again because Rodney.
I don't know. Please.
So it's funny. So we was in between takes, right? Okay. And Mike Epps and Ed was talking. And Mike Epps was joking. He said, nigga, I heard they bring comedy back and you gonna be the host. And Ed looked at him and he was like, nah, shit. If they bring comedy back, they should have Jamario host because ain't nobody know shit about no goddamn Jamario. So everybody in the room laughed because it was like, damn, Eddie Murphy knows who Jamario is. You know what I mean? And that was crazy. So I don't know.
Jamario heard the story because he would love it.
Yeah, no, I said it on the show before. I don't know how to reach Jamario anymore.
I got his number.
But yeah, that's real shit, bro. Wow. And Ed was like, he really said that, and everybody cracked up laughing. And it was like, damn, he really still, even though he's 30 years removed, he still got his thumb on the
He watched a lot of us.
Yeah.
So one of the highlights of the work with Coming to America, Come to America 2, is the press run. So they started doing the press. I'm at home one morning, Eddie on Good Morning America. And he's like, we got tons of comics, a lot of comics on there. Rodney Perry, Leslie Jones. I said, did that nigga just say my name? On Good Morning America.
Right.
That was worth its weight in gold, man.
Yeah. I mean, to say that I've shared space with him, even if it was, a few days. We was only on set probably about 10 days with him. But just, and that's a true story. I played 3 different characters, and all 3 of them bitches got cut. Get
out of here.
Yeah, I still got the credit, but. Nah, I mean, listen, it wasn't as bad. There was a woman, we did about 7 takes of her taking her shirt off and going, yeah, with her titties, and they cut that. So they cut titties. I can't be mad. Ain't no way. I can't be mad because the titties got cut.
And what's his name, the director?
I forgot who directed that.
The same dude, Hard Out There for a Pimp, that dude.
Oh, yeah.
So he also directed Coming to America 2.
Oh, word.
And so I got to work with him on that as well. And it's interesting to go through this game, man, whether it's movies or TV. I mean, it's like, now what I would like to see more, now as I'm processing this right now, you say, Rod, did anybody help you? I would like to see those of us that's transcended, just grab a dude sometime.
Yeah.
Even if it's one guy. Like, I don't think that we as actors know the juice we have. I think Kevin Hart has more juice than he flex. I think even Mike Evans have more juice than he flex. I think Cat Williams have more juice than he flex. And I think a lot of times these guys, there's there's a conventional wisdom that says among blacks only one can make it at a time.
Right.
But I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't believe that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I absolutely agree. And I think even more of that 15, 20 years ago. Like, I think there's a lot of, because of this, there's just a lot of people in play that I know we wouldn't know if it wasn't for this, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, or at least that's how I feel. But with that, because we had that conversation as well in terms of what do those folks that have gone to certain heights,
What's their responsibility?
what's their responsibility at the end of the day?
Their responsibility is literally nothing. Zero.
Okay.
You don't have to do nothing.
Right.
You don't have to do nothing, but you should.
Yeah, I mean, and that's literally what we say all the time.
That's-
Motherfucker don't owe you nothing. But it would be, so I can say this, right? I don't even know if Rodney remembers, but Rodney, when I met Rodney, I met Daryl Carter first. He was the first comedian I ever met. He plugged me with Rodney, and he plugged me with
J-Dub, Joy Wells.
yeah, J-Dub, and then Joe Blunt and Gary Owen at the time.
Wow.
Right? Because we was all in the
Navy.
military.
Yeah.
We was all military, right? And so that boost from doing, Rodney did when I used to have the backstage, like a lot of people don't know it, but within 6 months, I had my own room because Bobby Law, God rest his soul.
Wow.
Bobby Law, he got tired of coming from LA.
Them girls be jocking me.
Man, Uncle Cleophas was amazing, right? So it was crazy because I'm like, Uncle Cleophas was very popular on Comic View at the time. And Rodney, he said, I'm tired of driving from LA to goddamn San Diego on every Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday. And so he's like, Sean, fuck it. You do it unless it's somebody big, but then you could just open it, right? So we had, Rodney was there and all these different people. So those was the shits that helped get me ready so that when I did get the opportunity for the comic views and shit like that, I was prepared for them because they were open. Like they did look out for younger people. They did push and put your name out there. Like I did 4th and B with Wayne, mean ass. Within 6 months with Said the Entertainer and 4th and
I
B
did
was
4th and
hot,
B
right.
with Patrice O'Neal.
Right. Yeah. So 4th and B back then was like
That was a big deal.
yeah, that was a very big
What
deal.
is this?
It was a venue.
It was a venue
like a
in San
concert
Diego.
venue, but they would do comedy.
It was like the Apollo of the West Coast.
San Diego
Okay.
area.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Okay.
So it was a super big deal to be able to do that. But that was a lot of that was because of the information, Rodney and Joey and Joe Blunt and everybody was like, hey, this little nigga funny. And they would plug me or let me open for them and do shit. And then that was what branches off, like to
And how about
help
this?
you do other stuff.
You gotta kind of have that in you before you become a star.
Yeah.
Like LeVar Walker. I'm doing he from Chicago.
Yep.
But he live in Atlanta.
Yep.
So I'm working in Mississippi somewhere, St. Louis somewhere, military base. And I see this guy for the first time. He's hilarious to me. And at that time, I had the era of Comic View. I make a call that night. I'm like, y'all need to put this motherfucker on. This dude is one of the funniest dudes I've ever seen.
Wow.
Period. And he got on Comic View. And he still credited me
Like
with his
that,
first
yeah.
TV appearance. So you gotta do certain stuff. You gotta be that type of guy from the jump. Because if you're not that type of guy, ain't nothing gonna change
ain't
when
gonna-
you make it.
Facts.
You still gonna be a piece of shit.
Yep. 1,000%. Yeah.
I mean, and there's no disrespect. It's just what it is.
just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've rocked with we talk about both you and Sean have been in the game 25 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
You've worked on television with the likes of a Bill Bellamy, right, on Who Got
Mm-hmm.
Jokes, with MoNique on the MoNique Show. Let's start with MoNique. So I know she's recently
I'm not
been-
saying nothing bad about MoNique now.
I'm not going there, but I do want you to give us a lens, right? Because you
Okay,
have
absolutely.
you
I
have
got
a
that.
certain lens. So she's out touring with Kat now, and but you spent time with her on BET on the MoNique Show when she was kind of going through the Netflix situation and not being paid, et cetera. From the outside in, we all folks who have not met her, we just looking at it through our lens.
Right.
Right? You have a specific lens. You spent time with her. She's a friend. She's giving you opportunity, et cetera. When those types of things are happening, what may be going on, and part of it may be speculation that we don't know, right? Why does she maybe feel like she's maybe being snubbed or not being treated fairly? I'm gonna respect your lens more than somebody on the internet that's just talking.
Indeed.
Talk us through how you look at that.
Let me give you this in a nutshell. First of all, everything is harder for women. As we look at our female counterparts, everything is harder. Dudes is trying to smash.
Yep.
There's limited opportunities. And a lot of times for a woman, it's women that create the atmosphere where it's hard. Other women. And
women create a difficult atmosphere for other women.
I agree. I think so. I think so.
I ain't saying that.
I think so. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Fact.
But at the same time, like I've been around groups of women and even just a regular show, and I'll be like, what y'all think about so-and-so? Oh, we got enough girls on this one. I'm like, but y'all girls.
Right.
And they don't really champion each other that way. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation.
Well, I mean, it's not to. I'm gonna make
Go
it
ahead,
quick, but there's no main gang for women. Like they don't have that type of loyalty. Niggas actually will wear colors and shoot at each other because of our loyalty. There's no strong woman shit like that. Like that's just not how they are.
And there's a queendom that gets acknowledged. So there can only be one queen at a time. Unless you happen to be a part of the Queens of Comedy. And even then, people pick their own favorite and just rock with her. They don't even acknowledge the rest of it, but that's another story. So, I mean, for me, Mo was always, like I work with Sid, I work with Steve, I work with all the big guys.
Yep.
And MoNique was always the most straight up person I work with, period. Ahead of Sid, ahead of Steve. And Sid is my mentor. Sid really taught us the game. And so, first gig, right? I get a call from Mo. She's like, hey, we're about to do this thing at the Beacon Theater in New York. I want you to come. I said, all right. I was like, when they gonna call me? She's like, no. She said, you gonna take this number, call a promoter, and tell them what you want. It don't work like that with Sid and Steve. The money is whatever they say it is, and you take it.
Right.
Or leave it.
Right.
And I was like, Mo, I ain't never really negotiated no money, She's like, nigga, you should be getting like $5,000. At that time, I never touched $5,000 for nothing.
Right.
I said, Mo, I ain't never touched $5,000. I don't know. Just ask for it. I get on the phone with the guy. Hey, dog, Mo wants you to come out here to New York, man. And what it's gonna cost me? I said, you know what, dog? Give me $5,000. 5,000. Oh, hell no, dog. I get somebody local to do it for 500. I said, well, so be it. He said, well, hold on. Let me call MoNique, make sure everything good. He called MoNique 3-way. Hey, sugar. Hey, MoNique, your boy want 5,000. I told him that I can't do that. We'll get somebody local. She said, no, baby, you can't get nobody local because they can't work for me. You got to get him. Well, hold on now, MoNique. Nah. Hold on now. You gonna mess the deal about $5,000? She said, no, sugar. You gonna mess the deal about 5,000. I tell that story so you can get that perspective, how fair she is.
Got you.
To somebody else, she didn't have to be fair like that.
Absolutely.
She didn't have to be fair like that. So that paints a picture of MoNique from my lens for years to come. Like she told me 2 weeks ago, she said, Rodney, if they fuck with me, I'm telling. So what happens in this game is people do stuff to you because they expect you to keep it and save it and hide it. And you not tell. Whether you're a man or a woman,
right.
Expect you not to keep it. That's how motherfuckers, that's predators can exist because people won't tell. Only say I'm telling.
Wow.
And I might put your ass on tape.
Shout out to Mo, man. That's
Yeah,
dope.
shout, yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
real. Yeah.
She the real deal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dope. So I'm not the only, one in the room that, hasn't done anything. But I have worked with my boy Bill Bellamy. Okay.
Yeah, facts.
I love Bill.
Love Bill.
Best storyteller in America.
Yeah.
Love Bill, man. As solid as they come. Right.
Yes,
He
sir.
did some shit for me that he didn't have to do it. I, really, really appreciate
Great guy.
I'm curious to know what did you learn from Bill?
Okay, so this is something people don't know. Y'all get the exclusive on this.
All right.
So we getting ready, pre-production, Who's Got Jokes? They come to me, Bill turns it down. Because you think Bill is coming off, MTV.
Yep.
Bill a big star.
Right.
Bill is not only a black star, black comic, he's also in mainstream America.
Yep.
So Bill don't really feeling this little black show. He turned it down. This is where Rodney Perry gets stupid. They come to me, I said, you know what, dog, let me sleep on it. By the time I sleep and wake up, that nigga done came back
in.
Motherfucker. So, but I did learn from Bill how to host a show. And they still like me, so they kept me. And so I became the man on the street.
Right.
And so what I learned from that show is how to produce myself, for television. Because people sometimes hire you because they like you, but they don't know what you're going to do.
Okay.
And so you gotta start to figure out your role in the production. Okay, Tommy Ford is the voice of reason, the voice of authority. Bill is the host. What is my thing? Okay, I'm gonna interview everybody. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna create this. And then what I start doing, my first segment. When I come out, Bill introduced me. I start coming out in different shit.
Right.
My first time I came out in my boxes with a robe on. I was just running late. I'm sorry, Bill, running late. And that by season 5, that's a thing.
Right.
That whole thing is a thing. They're producing around it. So now they got Ralph Farquhar called me. He said, Rodney, I got ideas. I said, what, Ralph? He said, man. He said, we want to do a real lion. This is right after Siegfried and Roy that got his neck bit off. Bill Bellamy.
Yeah,
What I learned Bill said, hey, Rod, don't do shit with no animal, nigga. I said, I'm thinking about it, but he said, nigga, if you don't listen to nothing else I say, don't do shit with no fucking animal. I said, all right. I tell Ralph no. I never say no to my producers. I say no. He said, all right. He come back the next day. He said, how about this? We gonna try a cat, like a house cat. But this ain't no regular house cat. This motherfucker is big. This cat is fucking this big, right? And so I'm holding the cat, trying to rehearse it. The cat is ripping my shirt off. Like, this fucking cat trying to kill me, Bill, but I told your ass, don't do nothing with no animal. So we end up doing like the old Martin bit. We got a fake lion and I dragged him around the stage. We end up doing that. And but I learned a lot from that show. I learned how to produce TV. I learned how important TV was. I would go on later on to work with Michael Basin in that same era.
Yep.
And so that was me staying relevant.
Yeah.
Whether it was Who's Got Jokes or Comic View, and they even criticized me. I don't know if y'all remember the Big Black Comedy Show?
Yeah.
MoNique was one of the hosts, and I was the co-host. And I had an opportunity to perform on the show. So they came to me and said, Rod, we love you, same producers. We love you, we'll give you 10 grand to do the show. I said, no, give me 5 to co-host. Give me 5 to co-host. And so I took the co-host. They thought I was insane.
Right.
They was like, Rod, you're a fucking idiot. Why would you take 10 to be on the show? I said, no, that nigga co-host is on every episode, every frame. And that mattered to me. And also, it's my first brush with MoNique. So I go from there to me and MoNique doing radio. I go from radio to television at the MoNique Show.
At the MoNique Show, yeah.
And by now I know, don't sleep on nothing. So when they call me, this is another reason why I fuck with MoNique. When they call me, right, MoNique called me, hey nigga, we just did the biggest deal in BET history. It's about to be crazy. They'll call you in a few minutes. I gotta go click. Hang up. I'm like, oh shit. She hung up on me. I get another call 5 minutes later. Sydney Hicks, MoNique's husband. Hey, yo, Rob, man, BT about to call you, man. Want you to be a part of this show, man. Dude, they about to hit you up. Gotta go. He hung up my face. I'm like, cool. So the lady called me from BT, used to work at TV One. She was one of my bosses for Who's Got Jokes. She called me. Now that the whole world is getting smaller. I'm like, Bob, is this so-and-so? I was she explaining to me who she was. I didn't know who the fuck she was. I'm talking to her. I'm like, yeah, good stuff. We want you to come out here. MoNique wants you to be a part of the show. They don't want to call me nothing. They don't want to give me no title. But what I know how to do, I know how to produce myself.
Right.
I know how to produce myself. So I'm like, yes, I'm coming. I'm still in my apartment in LA. I'm like, whatever, I'm coming. She said, "Oh, I got to tell you now, we don't pay for nobody to move. We don't pay at all for you to relocate your family." I'm like, "So what?" But I am a little sad because I'm military. I know when you move a nigga from coast to coast, you pay for it. I know that. So, Sydney Hicks calling back. "Yo, Rod, they hit you up?" "Yeah, man. I'm excited." He said, "Why you sound like that though? What's wrong?" I said, "Well, they just said they had no budget for me to move my family." He said, "What?" "Let me call you back." Nigga, 5 minutes later. "Yo, Rod, 20 grand enough to move your family across the country?" Nigga, I just wanted 5.
Right. Gonna make it work, huh?
Nigga, you can't say nothing about that Hicks family to me, man. Because they made sure I put so much money in my pocket, man. Over these years. So yeah.
You know, just thinking about who got jokes, you know, I felt like that's Rail had done some stuff prior to that, but I felt like that's when he got
first time you see Rail, first time you see Carlos Miller.
First
time a lot of people what's the girl name that's hot?
Tiffany
Haddish.
Yeah.
First time we saw a lot of people for the first time.
I was just about to say, like, who got jokes? And
Ali Sadiq.
Ali. I was like, I don't think who got jokes gets the credit when looking back in terms of some of the most relevant cats today and how they kind of came through that system.
Ballhead went through.
John Morgan won a season, so it's like, who got jokes there? Shout out to our resident comedian.
Yeah. The great Sean Morgan.
Tell him again.
What do you remember about those who got jokes days?
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
So
of course you are.
When I seen season 1, I was mortified. Really? Right? Because I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like. I didn't like the second round shit.
I felt when they would do shit.
Yeah, I felt like
that was kind of whack to me too.
I was like, comedy hard enough. Why the fuck they got this nigga in the dryer? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck is this? So
that's funny.
When Ricky, because I did Big Black Comedy Show,
okay,
right? Me and Rail actually on the same episode,
yeah.
So it was cool because me and Rail, we kind of pitter pattered a lot in the beginning, and so when they called me to do it, I initially said no because of the first season. So then,
do you meet Ray Murphy in that situation?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I was about to say because Ray Murphy was around.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Producer of that show.
So I got the call that they weren't picking up Bad Boys for the 3rd season. Right, I got kicked off First Amendment. Still don't know why, but got kicked off First Amendment, and so. Yeah, that was weird. Did I ever talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was weird because I went from the warm-up to being... No. So Doug is still cool with me. Like, we follow each other and everything. So I was the warm-up, and then somebody made the comment, well, if he the warm-up, who the fuck on the show? They never told me who. And then it went from being the warm-up to being on the show to being escorted off the set.
Oh.
Yeah, so somebody had a big issue with me being there. But so no more Bad Boy. And then Bob told me I couldn't do Def Jam because I did Bad Boy. Right? So it was like this was the only thing I could do. And I was like, man. So I called Ricky and I said, well, do I have any voice in it if I do come on? And so that's when I lobbied for like Smokey and Carlos Miller and different people because they didn't even know who them people was yet, but I was living in Atlanta, so I knew who a lot of them Atlanta comedians were because I was down there with them. And so it ended up being literally the best and worst kind of experience in the world. Best being it was one of my most notable, but I think out of all the winners, I took the least from it. You know what I mean? And then I even asked Bill about it. And I was like, niggas got to tour, motherfuckers on the radio. Why? I'm the only nigga, nothing came from this shit for me.
What year was it? You was season 2.
Yeah.
We was here.
George,
we was here.
No, we did multiple cities. George won one. You know what I mean? Then Lab Love won after me, and then I think it was Jay Reed or D-Lay. One of them won.
Yeah, one of them
the
won
last year.
I think
Bill just flat out told me, he was like, well, everybody just assumed you were fine. And I was like, well,
wow, that's interesting.
I was like, well, I wasn't. But I get it, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm the Jordan guy and all that. They're like, oh, he's fine. But I was like, nigga, I was very far from fine. But so it was great. I wish I would have gotten more from it, like to tour or, you know, the radio shit that everybody else got. But it's still, to this day, my most notable appearance.
Who got a radio gig?
George Whitmer. He did.
He was already in that space.
Right, he was already there, but the Who Got Jokes
got bigger.
turned to the TV one and him on Blazing Out the Dark kind of shit.
All that was already. Together. I mean, he didn't get that.
No. He was already an incredible radio person, but it was the relationship with TV One that was built through that.
Indeed.
So that trans.
I remember going to his house, interviewing his family, his wife, his son, who became a great basketball player. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to their house and having those conversations. That was one of my jobs.
Yeah.
And wow. Here goes a little Who's Got Jokes story, right? I know nobody ever heard this. So season 1, we get on, we start getting feedback from the audience. So Tommy Ford, God rest his soul, Tommy Ford was the what they call it, the Pope of comedy.
Comedy.
And so he would be sitting in the chair like this, but Tommy Ford was well endowed. So
What?
where you going with this?
Wait a minute.
So Tommy Ford,
Pause.
you got to pause, but I ain't gonna stop. So
I feel your story.
so Tommy Ford in the chair, and you know his junk is junking, right? And they start writing letters from at home, like, yo, I can't focus on the show. Tommy Ford in his chair. So they end up building a thing. If you ever trip, they built season 2, he got a desk in front of him. They built
that's
the
funny.
thing.
That's
the cover of his junk, man. I was like, wow.
That's fucking hilarious.
Damn, I know that story we want to break. Right.
That's funny as fuck.
That's
Distraction. That nigga had a distraction.
He did. What a great guy, though, man.
Yeah, I love Tommy, man.
Such a good person, man.
When he passed, I was so. It was such a surprise because it was knee surgery.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It was weird.
Yeah.
I talked to him on the phone. So at the time, I'm in the hospital myself. I just had a stroke, and Tommy called me. He's like, yo, Rod. Hi, Rod. You're good? How you doing? I said, I'm good, Tom, man. He said, man, you're going to be all right, bro. We're gonna get through this. They're working on my knee right now, but I'm going to be all right. I'm getting out of here in 2 days. I'm out.
Damn.
And so maybe 2 days later, he get I think aneurysm go from his knee to his stomach and exploded in his stomach. But this is what I'll tell your audience. Make sure you go ahead and divorce her, because she might she might be in charge of your ass at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep his ex-wife. He had moved on, got a new woman, beautiful girl, loved him and everything. And this lady ended up having to make all his final decisions.
Damn.
I ain't saying she did nothing, but maybe she didn't.
Right.
Maybe she didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that Tommy shit was very. It came from out of nowhere because like I talked to him too, you know, post surgery, and it was like, oh, you know, it's a D, nigga, you gonna be all right.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And you never. And what was crazy, remember this? It was right after Mike Yard wife.
Yeah.
It was right after that. It was like, what the fuck is going on? You remember her?
Mm-mm.
So she was in the movie, what was it, Road Trip?
Yes.
Yeah, she was in the movie Road Trip with this DJ Squalls or Squales or however his name is pronounced. He was really popular at that time, and she was like the BBW, but she was fine as fuck, right? She was fine as fuck in the movie. She just was chunky, but she was bad as shit, and she died the exact same way, like maybe 6-7 months before Tommy did. It was crazy. So it's like, damn, nigga, I'm scared to get my knee looked at now, because it's the same thing took her out, and it was crazy.
So speaking of Who Got Jokes, a lot of the talent that's relevant today coming through that platform. Give me, Rod, we do the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
But if we do the Mount Rushmore, we kind of know where people land, specifically in this space. And so I'd like to go another way, which is give me your Mount Rushmore of underrated comedians to you.
Ooh.
Wow.
You cooking.
Wow, you in the crates on this one, okay? you know who Cole?
Who Cole?
I think one of the funniest comedians. I can't think of that nigga's name.
That's funny as shit.
Just my mind
Make some underrated.
That's why they underrated. No, Memphis. He's from Memphis.
Henry Coleman.
Henry Coleman.
Henry Coleman.
Henry
Okay.
Coleman is a funny motherfucker.
funny.
You hear me?
Yep.
Henry Coleman is like Henry Coleman. I don't want to tell all this business and stuff, but Henry Coleman is definitely one of the funniest human beings to carry a microphone. I'm a big fan of his, and I'll always be a big fan.
Love that. I think that's first time he might have come up to love that.
Yeah, so he's one of those guys. I mean, he's not underrated. I'm a big fan of Ali Sadiq.
Oh yeah.
I'm
No
a big
doubt.
fan of Ali Sadiq. He's not underrated. But if you talk to Ali, he still operate like he underrated. He
Yeah.
still act like he underdog. I'm like, Ali, nigga, you selling tickets everywhere.
Right.
But these black people, man, they still act like they don't know me. I'm like, Ali, please, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's my guy.
Shout out to Ali.
Who else is cold?
We need two more.
I'm gonna say Marlon Mitchell.
Go ahead.
For sure.
say
Go
Marlon
ahead.
Mitchell.
For sure.
Facts.
And I'm gonna tell you why though. Why for Marlon Mitchell? Like a lot of people that grew up and left Chicago, moved on for whatever, I think they carry Marlon Mitchell essence. I think they done took parts of little nicks out of Marlon, super soup,
Yeah.
and took them shit to LA. And I ain't gonna get to who the
I
old
rock
people
with
are.
that. I rock with that.
Nah,
But
that's
I
facts.
think it's a lot of Marlon Mitchell floating around the world, and you don't even know why you like these dudes, but
Right.
they walk around with Marlon Mitchell DNA.
Facts.
Yeah,
I like
a
that.
nigga did this shit on the whole movie. We ain't gonna get into that, but
Hey,
that whole shit was
Oh, you know who I
crazy.
like? We said his name earlier, but Jamario. Jamario
Dope.
was one of the first viral comedians. You got to think, Jamario. You don't know a damn thing about Jamario. That was the equivalent of going viral for his time.
Yeah, because that
And,
catchphrase was heavy.
He's still working.
Yep.
He got a club he do stand up at in Atlanta called A Perfect Note, and he's back out there performing again. So I'm excited about what the future has to hold for a guy like Mario. I love crazy funny motherfucking let me see. My
You
mind so-
did four, so I'm doing a little construction on it now.
This is my last one. This is my last
Get it
one.
off. You want to get it off? Get it off.
This is my last one. God dang it. Okay, well, fuck it now. We'll take it off.
I was about to say this really make it underrated because you having to think about it. Like you think of them, but
I think I did my mind. My mind be going bad sometimes.
Yeah.
I wanted to put a woman in,
yep,
but all the women that I could think about, people know about.
kind of know. Okay.
Let's see.
Let's kick it over to Sean. So same thing. I'd love to hear your underrated, and just so I know you're even though you say you don't really watch comedians like that, but can you give us a Mount Rushmore of underrated female comedians? I want to make sure they get some love too.
Yeah. So I would say, in my opinion, one of the funniest unrecognized comedians, female, to me is Pat Brown. Like Pat Brown in her prime.
Like Pat Brown.
Pat Brown in her prime was something. You know what I mean? Like,
And still great, well written too.
Yeah. So I had talked to her. She said she wasn't doing it, but I hear she's back doing it, which is great.
She got a new wife too.
Yeah, so that's dope. Definitely shout out to Pat. Pat was funny, period. Like, and it wasn't conventional. Like, we all go with the cliche women talk about the same shit type shit, but she was actually funny. C Rich. I gotta give a shout out to C Rich. You know what I'm saying?
Chicago?
No, she's in Dallas. So I can honestly say, and this really happened. I went to Houston. I mean, not Houston. I went to Atlanta for the first time in probably 10 years. And she was on the show with me, and I was running late because I couldn't find it at T.I. spot. And I'm walking up to the place, and they going crazy, howling. You know what I'm saying? She kicking a hole in that bitch. So I come in and I see her on stage, and she is murdering, right? I was like, damn, this motherfucker here killing it. And I went up there and ate turds, nigga, you understand me? And I was like, well, goddamn, I couldn't fall asleep rich tonight. Goddamn. So it was to the point where a nigga heckled me, and I was like, hey, shut up, T.I. ain't gonna sign you, nigga. And he said, that nigga saved my life because he kept heckling me, and so I just kept making a calling back on him. If a joke didn't work, I'd be like, hey, T.I., look at me, I'm messing with your comedian. Can that be it? So that nigga saved my life, honestly. But yeah, nigga, it was tough. And I couldn't say it was the room, nigga, because I just watched her go up there and demolish that bitch.
Yeah.
I really like Keisha Hunt.
Yeah, Keisha. Shout out to Keisha.
I like Keisha Hunt. And it's tough because it's a lot of them. I like K-Dot. I love Lady Rico.
Paris Sachet.
Yeah.
I really like her.
Yeah. So it's a lot of them, bro. So 4 isn't even really...
Well, that's dope.
Justice.
We giving them love, though, so I love that.
Eva.
Yeah.
I like her, and I like Onika McClain out of New York.
Now I don't know her. Eva, I've met her a couple times, and I think sometimes people don't understand who people are sometimes. And then, like, it wasn't a warm welcome, I tell you that, but she is funny. She's gorgeous too. Yeah, and I think she might be the top tier fan. She was like what was that other one who disappeared? What was her name? Leela Roshan or Eva Roshan? What was it? LaShawn? Ava LaShawn. Yeah, she was fine as shit, but I heard her. So I
want to say I talked to her maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and she's on the comeback trail.
Okay,
she was then.
Well, I can say Eva is because I've been around enough female comedians to know that a lot of niggas try to fuck on them.
For sure.
And so that kind of builds a wall. I try not to look at their walls as a certain time. Because I look at their wall. That ain't no walls, right?
That was a good catch. Though.
I like looking at walls myself.
Yeah, but I get it. I understand. So she was a little guarded with me, but I get it. Because I've had female comedians, and I won't say no name, who, because I'm just a nice nigga now, they don't know the other version.
They don't know.
Right? They don't know that version. So they don't get that this version is just trying to be a nicer version. And they was like, I ain't trying to fuck with you. And I was like,
Don't be absurd.
No, darling. You were laughing this fuck line. This fuck line pretty impressive over here. Hey. Yeah,
Sean the sniper.
But Lady Rico, TT Carson, she up and coming. She's new. She's finding her way. But she's one of the nicest people in the world. So you cheer for people that you see are genuinely good people too that's in this shit, you know, even if they still finding their way.
I'm a big fan of Coco Brown too.
Yeah.
Coco. Yeah.
No wrong for me. And you know I really like B Flat.
Yeah, B Flat. Shout out to B Flat.
Shout out to B Flat.
Yeah, out of Philly. Yeah. She been funny a long ass time.
For a long time,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, she been funny a long ass time. B Flat was, you know.
And she a tough follow.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the question.
Who a tough follow? B Flat in her prime kind of could have got a little bit of that meat too. You know what I'm saying?
We got to get ready and rap. But I love that, Rodney. 3 people that you really ain't trying to follow, bro.
Oh, number 1, Tony Llewellyn.
Tony Llewellyn.
And I ain't scared to follow nobody.
Right.
But we was in Nebraska somewhere, and Tony Tone pulled out all his shit perfect that night, and that nigga was hard to follow, boy. I was like, you dirty bastard. I told that nigga too, I said, this your last time opening for me.
That's funny.
You write that shit down somewhere. Prescott, Memphis.
Yeah, Prescott.
Yeah. He a tough follow. He ain't to be played with at all. And there's somebody that y'all ain't never said on here. Michael Jr. Are y'all familiar?
Mm-mm.
So Michael Jr. is a gospel comedian. And gospel break down into black and white too.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's gospel, which is black, and there's CCM, which is white. And Michael Jr. lived in a white world. But I met him 30 years ago. We was playing the college here together, and he is still one of the dopest comedians in the world right now.
So, and then I'd love to get yours in. We can really truly rap. Is there those three that are tough to follow for you? Because there's a lot of funny people out here, right? So you name those three. Is there anything specific about those three that they have in common that make them a tough follow for you?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm speaking to that comedy prowess.
Yep.
Tony Tone does impressions. He got music bits. He does a lot of things really good.
Gotcha.
You know, I really just want to shout out to other people because they can't fuck with me.
I love it.
I'm cold with this. I ain't trying to follow this nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga right here with
Yeah.
the motherfucking curly curls shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, that nigga's not to be fucked with. That nigga's not to be fucked with.
Sean, give me your three while we rap.
So this is a true story. I took Mike Sample on the road with me. That nigga was very tough.
Yeah.
Like, it's his energy.
Energy, right.
Yeah, his energy and his facial expressions. I think it's a little easier for me to follow people now because not being drunk, I move around a little more. My pace is a little faster. But the stand there version of me, nigga, Mike Samp made that shit excruciatingly hard.
Right?
Yeah. Funny ass Tierra. My cousin Tierra. I took her to Tennessee with me, and that was tough. You pull it out because you're the veteran.
Right.
You know what I
figure it
mean?
out. You can figure it out.
You figure it out, but it don't be when the first couple that normally don't hit because the motherfucker in front of you did. They like, nigga, that ain't shit compared to what we just seen.
Right.
So I would say Tierra, Mike Samp, and JJ, man.
JJ Wilson.
JJ Williamson, bro. Like I had the show that I outright, and I don't even think he know about this, but they had me and him on the show, and he was gonna go up in front of me, and I said, "Nah, you know what? Just let that nigga do that when I catch up." I wasn't even finna play with myself and be like, I'm finna go up there.
You know, Cole, what I'm thinking right now?
Yeah.
Sticks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stick. Yeah.
Media Sticks.
Yeah. It's the energy.
I did
energy,
a gig years ago. I'm like, who is this little motherfucker?
Yeah, it's the
That
energy.
nigga was ripping the paint off the wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, you dirty bastard. I'd have done my other shit.
Yeah, he definitely it's certain people with high energy can kind of create problems for people who go more for the like some people make the joke work for them and some people make the jokes work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you one of them people who, you got the energy that you can pull off damn near anything, a person that's a little more cerebral, it kind of it don't like even on who
I was that dude. I was an energy dude for a long time.
Yeah.
I still pull some jokes out of my ass if I have to.
Right.
Yeah, even when we did Who Got Jokes, like in the semifinals, that's why I made sure that Carlos went up after me. You know what I'm saying? I got to pick my order, and I made sure that he went up after me. I felt like I could follow Justin, and Isaiah Kelly, who was a posable threat, was also in my round because he was only like 17 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So he was used to being clean. So I said, I'm gonna put that nigga up first because niggas that go first don't win.
Yeah, they be the forgot.
Yeah. So I literally, that's what I thought. I said, well, he's incredible. And so Carlos was like the scariest nigga on there for me. So I made him go up after me. And Bill was like, well, why did you do that? And I said, because I want him to think about it. And he said, if it worked, you a genius. And it worked because he was stuttering over his shit because, in his head, he going up after Sean Morgan. It was like, nigga, I put you up after me for a reason, nigga.
Diabolical. To even hear you talk about it right now, the gamesmanship of that show was kind of dope.
Yeah. No, I knew what I had to do because everybody else would pick to go last, but I did not want the nigga that I felt like had like the chops to beat me to go before me. I wanted to psych him out, and it worked.
Wow. Okay, Mount Rushmore ugly comedians, girl.
Nigga. That's funny.
Hey, boy, them comments will go crazy.
Bruh,
dare you?
Right.
you son of a bitch. Nah,
That's funny.
it's
You gonna do it anyway?
Nah. Look, I can say this. That the female comedians who quote unquote aren't attractive, they still have a charm. Right?
Agree.
They still have a charm about them. Like a lot of them is cool. I ain't gonna say nothing.
And I ain't say nothing about female. You could be some ugly dudes out there.
Oh yeah, there's some definitely weird looking niggas out here.
Indeed.
Definitely some weird looking niggas out here.
Well, look, man, we appreciate this time.
Facts.
Rodney, man, it's been one of my favorite shows. I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
man.
I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
the energy is high.
Yeah.
I mean, appreciate these gems today.
Facts.
Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know, we don't do this shit for fun. All right. I want to thank me. All right. Before we talk, I want to thank me. All right. I do this shit.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this. I hate to do this to you, but this is important that we say this.
Okay.
In regards to Mr. Perry, right? I don't even know if you want me to go here, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's too late.
Let's go
This
here.
nigga is a phenomenon, right?
Yeah.
The brother had a stroke.
Yes.
While having COVID in the midst of a heart attack during surgery, nigga.
During surgery.
Like it's an Avenger.
This nigga Rodney Perry is the most indestructible nigga that I've ever seen, and I'm grateful for it.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Because this nigga done survived everything that took most niggas out, and he's sitting here, and that is an amazement. That's a true testament to God. It showed that your purpose is still to be here, and you still doing great shit for us.
Wow.
So shout out to you and Jesus for letting you
sure.
still
Well
be
said.
here.
My homie JC.
Well said.
Dead ass. Like I'm being stupid, but I'm being sincere, bro. Because it was times that people really
You
worried
about to
about
make me
you.
cry if you say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was times niggas really worried about you, and you kicked everything's ass, bro. And I'm grateful that you did that, and you here, and you know, still one of the funniest niggas in the world.
Very blessed.
Always solid. Year one of the What's Funny Comedy Festival. We're trying to figure it out. This first year, Rail and I hadn't worked together in years and years, and small budget, and so we couldn't go out and get the big names like a Rodney Perry that we would want to be a part of the festival. And lo and behold, who hits me and tells me, I'm pulling up, nigga. And that's Rodney Perry. And he closed out a couple of our shows during year one of the festival, bro. I remember when I'm doing comedy in the back of a fish house in Tinley Park back in 2010. You're trying to get names. You only got 80 seats. It's a small space. Who pulls up multiple times? Rodney Perry. So, bro, pulling up to the pod. Appreciate you, man. I know you always hold me down. So I appreciate you, bro. And as we grow, you grow. And thanks, brother.
Another tidbit of history.
Okay.
Comic View
Okay.
at the Regal.
Wow. Okay.
98%
That was
of niggas bombed.
career making set for me. Yeah.
98% of niggas bombed in Chicago. This nigga annihilated that shit. And the crazy shit about it was you and only one other person, they was even able to use the footage from Chicago because the crowd was so
I don't
terrible.
know if I
there.
knew that, but that year,
It was
that,
bad,
that
bro.
year is when I meet Michael Collier, and Michael Collier, if he like you, he becomes your he tells the world, and so he came back to L.A. talking about this young man I met. His name is Rodney Perry, and
just
oh
like
my God,
Yeah.
he came back singing my praises, and that was a career making set. That was like because your career is made in moments.
Right.
It's not made in long sets. So I had a great moment on that set. I remember I had a suede red hat and a suede jacket. I thought I was flying to the motherfucker.
That shit was so. I remember because I was cool with the producers that it was such a disaster coming to Chicago. That's why they never did it again because the crowd was tough.
Miami
as
was
fuck
worse than Chicago.
on everybody. They was looking at niggas like they wasn't shit, bro. I remember sitting there and then he went up and murdered that shit. I was like, well, it ain't the crowd. It ain't the crowd. That's all you can do when other people like niggas love to hide behind the excuse of the crowd. Like, yeah, nigga, that crowd wasn't shit till you don't do good and the nigga go up and blow that bitch.
Okay, last story. and this is a Regal Theater story. So I know I'm a comedian. I don't know how though. I don't know what to do. It's 1988. I just graduated from high school. I moved back to Chicago. My grandmother lived on 77 in Bishop. And so I'm staying at her house. They started looking at me sideways like, nigga, it's about time for your ass to get a job. And I hear on the radio, Robin Harris is at the Regal. So I packed myself up, took the bus down 79th Street to the Regal Theater, and stood outside and listened to this nigga.
Wow.
Listen to Robin Harris. And he killing. And I got back on the bus, went back down 79th Street, and that would be his last performance.
Wow.
That would be his last performance. He passed in his sleep that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, definitely shout out to Robin Harris, one of the best to ever do it.
Agreed.
For sure.
Yeah, nigga. He was bodying shit. I mean, we still talk about Bebe's kids, and we just don't call
My
them
next
Bebe
special
kids.
is gonna be like he used to do in the audience, and
That's dope. That's dope.
That's my next thing. Because all comedy specials start look the same to me.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but they start look the same to me, and so I'm gonna be in the audience with that spotlight, talking about niggas. We will be
Right.
walking around, and so
Doing that work.
look for it. It's coming.
Well, y'all stay in tune with us, man. Maybe we'll drop a Patreon or some shit because I know we're not done talking. You know what I mean? But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We out.